Hey everybody, it's Grace. I'm sorry I haven't been on. I wasn't feeling good. I was having migraines, and then my kids had their friends over for days, which didn't make it any better. But anyways, so the two things we're going to talk about are the Ring Doorbell Cam and like the distance, like how close you have to be for the Ring camera to go off, and also what Chris Watts and, um, in my opinion, NK was wearing that morning of August 13th, 2018. So, I'm just letting my computer charge up a little bit before I can take you outside and actually show you the distance. Because with that one, um, a creator named 80 did say that, it could be seen by the doorbell camera, the vehicles. But the only thing is I do believe Chris on this one when he showed the officers like when it when it starts recording, um because our vehicle is actually like if we were to park our vehicle on the side of the road, it's actually closer to the house than Watts's truck was to his. But still, like, even with ours, and I will show you guys that to prove to you, since it's really hard to do on here because, like I said, you gotta have so many subscribers um, to even share your screen, anything like that. So, um, I you will have proof that I really don't think that NK's. Oh crap! There was another thing I wanted to bring up that I didn't mention in the description. Uh, okay, so that morning when they left, okay, first thing you see is headlights. That's Chris's truck. So he's already in the truck. Now remember, there's a 10-second delay on Nate's CCTV footage. So we see we see both of their body figures, their size, shape, everything like that. Um, and Chris, he's like flat, front and back, flat. Like there's no, you know, junk in the trunk, whatever you want to say it, or big chest, or ponytail, high ponytail, sorry. He don't got none of that. So the only female he was messing around with and was around like that was NK. And I'm sorry, I will always say that this was. I think that a part of it was planned because that family was targeted for some reason. But I do remember reading that when Shanann worked at this hospital, I believe it was in North Carolina, I think. It could have been Colorado. But NK had this certain job, I can't remember the name of it. And she had to go to this hospital where Shanann worked. And I'm sure they crossed paths. But there is one thing that a couple of creators are saying, and I agree with them 100%. When you get together with somebody, the first thing you do is you check on them. You check their Facebook. I mean, you you want to know like if they're telling you the whole truth, because sometimes you don't know. And another thing, they thought they were smart and slick, Chris and NK, because if you notice, they both had black shirts on and black or dark colored jeans. And so I'm guessing they tried to match. So even if the camera caught her, it would look like it was Chris. Well, see, the thing is, Chris was already in his truck, and you got to think about it, okay? Because Betty, his one neighbor on one side of him, said that NK's truck was there. Shouldn't say NK, but we all know it was NK's truck. I mean, it was looked up at the DMV. Not only that, but it was either her grandmother or her mother. I'm just gonna say a relative that owned a red car. So I think the truck and the red car she provided. But I don't think they were expecting Betty to see NK's truck. So you got Chris in his truck. You see this red car that's literally leaving Chris Watts' residence. But he's on the side. And I think he's on the side because I think they ran out of room on the sidewalk and they're probably thinking, oh, well, he can't park there because then he'll get seen by Betty. So park on the side of the house and that gravel stuff. And she won't see you. She won't notice you. Because I'm guessing he made it a point to learn Betty's schedule, to know that she'd be leaving at 5 something in the morning every morning. I mean, and then to go to Nate's house and be like, oh, someone's trying to break in my truck. Like, where? Yeah, he wanted that camera, Nate's camera, a certain way. And the thing is, okay, I'm not gonna lie. With my Ring camera, I had my husband like mute um the dings that happen when you go out throughout the house. The only time my phone chimes is when somebody's at the front door. Other than that, like if I were to have my notifications on and my volume, everything, and if it wasn't muted, every time somebody walked through a room, it would chime. And it was just driving me nuts. So I can only imagine the craziness that was going on that morning, that early morning hours. Honestly. Like, because there was so much activity in the basement, it had to been going off like crazy. But he disconnected the router. Now I'm not sure because I haven't tried it on mine to disconnect it and then see if I can get any yeah, what do you want to call it? Get any motion from anything. So I don't know. I wouldn't think that if it was disconnected, anything would go off. But if he disconnected the router, why was the basement going off like crazy? Maybe I should try it, see if that's actually true. I'm actually kind of excited to show you this because this is one thing that I can show you that you can visibly see since I can't share my screen. I think, like I said, I don't know if I just don't know how or if it's because I don't got enough subscribers. So, um, I'm going to see if yeah, I have no idea. Um, let's see here. I really have no idea. Um, hmm. Let's see here. I'm trying to. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try something. Uh, new tab. Hmm, right. 1 second, you guys. I think I figured out how to do it. Um, 1 second. Let's see. I want to see if mm, I have no idea. Hold on 1 second, guys. It's not that one. Um, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna see if I can get this to share screen.
The Greater Palette. If you are an American born before 1997, you have to take advantage of this stimulus program. There is a brand new stimulus program.
Mm, hmm. Alright. It's gonna take me a minute. I'm sorry. Let me see here. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm honestly trying to figure this out how to share my screen because I have no idea. I really don't. I am so lost. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, let me see. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Okay. Share. Yeah. Where am I supposed to share it? Um, you know what? This is ridiculous. Hey, anybody on here, does anybody know how to share your screen? Because I have no idea. I am trying to figure it out, but I have no idea. I honestly do not. Um, let's see. I did it wrong again. Alright, wait, maybe I didn't. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Um, okay, nobody wants to help, I guess. Alrighty. That's cool. Alright. Okay, so obviously, I don't know how to, I don't know how to, share my screen. Well, sorry, guys. I I wish I could actually show you something. Because I got nothing. Um, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, so yeah, I can't figure this out. So yep, I guess you just have me today. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm not even gonna do this. I don't even know if I want to do this ranking. I mean, nobody's even watching. So, I mean, I think it's pointless, honestly. And I know that most people don't watch me because I, like I said, I don't got enough subscribers to do the things that the other creators can, like put a background in or share their screen, just stuff like that. I mean, I can't do that right now. So, this is what I gotta deal with. So, uh, I'm gonna give it a minute and let somebody have a chance to pop on. As soon as they do, I will kind of give the demonstration. Even if you don't, I probably will. Not that it's gonna matter, but it does to me because more people need to be in jail for these murders. I do believe Chris was set up. I do believe he played a part, but he was set up. I don't think he killed anybody, but I do think that he was a part of, I don't know, whatever it was. Whether he was a part in planning it, whether it was guilt by association. I mean, well, it couldn't be guilt by association because nobody else got arrested. So only him. But like I said, they did a shitty job um, when they did the forensics. I mean, that house was huge. You're telling me it only took 2 hours, plus you were like bagging things in all at the same time. You're putting blankets in with the pillows and the sheets and everything like that. They should have been put in separate bags. Like, that is some serious contamination. They weren't wearing gloves. Not when they. There were a couple officers I saw that were wearing gloves, but for the most part, nobody was wearing gloves. Everybody was everywhere in that house. I mean, you had Shanann's friend, Nicole Atkinson, who pretty much raised the alarm right away. She tried to get Chris home multiple times. I'm sorry, he tells everybody that it takes 45 minutes to an hour to get to work, and it takes a little over 2 hours to get home. When he's told that his wife and kids aren't there, that they're just gone. Um, and her car's there, and her shoes are there, and like the door's locked up from the inside. Like, you need to get here, and he's sitting there on national television saying, "Oh, I was blowing through red lights and stop signs and all of this happy horse shit." If he was going that damn fast, he would have been there a lot sooner. And they saw that he made a couple pit stops, throwing stuff away, clothes, other stuff, everything like that. And there's a huge point to all this story, this whole story. Like, the way she was found in the shallow grave in the fetal position, they purposely made it look, whoever did this, whoever killed her, made it look like she was all ready for bed in her t-shirt and underwear to match the script, the story that Chris Voss was given by NK. You know, if this goes sideways, this is what you gotta say. And I mean, basically leaving herself out of the whole situation, distancing herself to the point of so much suspicion. It's unreal. When she's being not interrogated, but I don't know. I really don't know what they're fishing for, because in some instances they were like when they asked about the front door, they're like, is there anything unusual or different about that door? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, a unique door? She knew damn well they were talking about the Ring camera. And then she's like, oh yeah, the Ring camera. Yeah, even if you cover that shit up, it's still gonna go off. I don't care. You could stand in front of it. I mean, that's probably honestly what he did to get her in the house. Because I do not think it was planned. I don't think NK was supposed to be there. I think that this whole 111-minute phone call, I think he was backing out. Like, no, I can't do this. You know, I don't want no part of this. And you got her saying on the other end, probably, you ain't got no choice. You know, we've planned this. We've got this all set up. This is how it's going to go. And then she shows up. So, he's got two choices. She's got to come through the front door. So, he can either stand in front of the doorbell camera and make up some excuse to Shanann why that camera was blocked. Or he can put tape over it, which would still block it, so he'd still be screwed. He'd be still making up an excuse why it was covered up. But I do think that happened, because he went outside right as the conversation with him and NK let off. He went outside. And then a minute or two later comes back in. What was the point of that? What was the points? And I also think that something was done to that outside garage code thing to like open the garage without the keypad, the key thing fob. But I really don't know if that was ever proven. But it makes sense. It really does. But like I said, these plans were put in place Shanann obviously didn't tell him stuff for reasons. Of course, she wouldn't have told him about her OB appointment because he was telling her he didn't want the baby, which made her feel some sort of way. Like, I mean, she started getting freaked out. Like, her parents were freaked out enough to tell her not to go home. I do not think that she's some monster that everybody's portraying her to be. I mean, yeah, there are some things that I would do differently as a parent. I mean, I have two teenagers. One that's going to be 14 in October, one's going to be 15 in September. And trust me, they give me a run for my money, but I love them to death. And I don't see her treating her kids badly, let alone killing them. Like, well, not everybody, but some people are saying, oh, she's just, getting on Facebook Live and portraying this happy little family on the outside, but in the inside, it's completely different. But, I mean, some people have OCD. That's not a crime. And she's got Italian in her, so she's gonna be feisty, but I don't see her, like, being, I don't know, being horrible to people. I don't see that. And not only that, but I am so sick and tired of people saying that freaking CPS or was saying that, somebody had to be there all the time. That, Shanann could not be alone with her kids for any reason. Well, that's a lie, because I don't know how many videos I've watched that Shanann made, those Facebook, oh my god, Facebook videos. But, not once other than if they were going on a vacation or a convention, her and Chris, and needed one of the, in-laws to watch the kids. Other than that, or Shanann asking, one of her friends, hey, you want to come over? I never seen anybody in that house other than Shanann and those girls. I mean, she's making most of these videos, and there's nobody in the house but Shanann and the kids. Nobody. Chris is at work. I mean, she's literally asking people to come over. There's nobody over there. I watched her, use her phone and like go throughout the house. There ain't nobody there but her and the kids. So that whole shit, I just don't believe at all. Like I said, there are things that I would do differently as a parent. The only thing that I really disagree with is the children's or infants or whatever Tylenol and Benadryl every night for them to sleep, let alone put them to bed at 6:30. When my kids were that young, they went to bed at 8, and they were oh my gosh, before 5 a.m. So if I were to put them in bed 2 hours earlier, it would have been worse for me. And I mean, no wonder they slept for so long. I mean, the Benadryl, I mean, that can knock you out. But the thing is, there's a problem with that. Because even though it's children's Tylenol, it can still damage your liver, for one. The Benadryl, that can make it, if it's used so much and constantly, like every single day, it can get to the point where your body just is immune to it. And your body just doesn't respond to medications like they used to. So those things can go wrong, they can happen. I mean, it's literally right on the labels. Can cause liver damage with the Tylenol, with the Benadryl. It can, sometimes even Benadryl can become addicting. And if you're giving it to your kid every night, like, what's going to happen if you don't give it to them for one night? You're going to go cuckoo because they're not going to be sleeping because they're relying on that in a sense because they're used to getting it. They're used to getting, oh, okay, I get this many meds at night, whether it's Tylenol, Benadryl, nebulizer, they're getting 3 things every night, each of them. And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I do not. Was it a bad choice or decision to put your kids to bed that way, let alone that early? Yes, in a sense. Okay, maybe not that early, but the medicine, yes. But that does not make her a bad parent. It really doesn't. I mean, does anybody stop to think, well, maybe she got this advice from a friend? Like, maybe somebody said, oh, if you use this, you don't gotta worry about fevers, or what if you're asleep and they're asleep, but they're running fever at night, so give them Tylenol just in case. And, if they're having a hard time sleeping, give them a little bit of Benadryl. Nobody knows if she was given that advice from anybody. Nobody knows that. I mean, y'all think that she just was so terrible. But I don't think it was that way. I think that she was honestly just trying to be the best mom she could be. And because she did things differently and did that one thing with the medicine, everybody is judgmental. You know what? Nobody is perfect. And everybody makes mistakes. And I mean everybody. You can literally go up to I don't know, the sweetest person in the world, the best person in the world, someone that people admire and gloat about. You can go up to them and ask them if their life is perfect and if they've done anything wrong or anything that they regret. And you're not going to find one person that says, oh no, I never did anything wrong. I'm sorry, but that's a lie. A big one. Because nobody is perfect. And Chris Watts makes it very simple. This would have never happened if they wouldn't have got together. And I think it's very suspicious that NK just got subcontracted to Anadarko. And they're dating for 6 weeks. Yeah, right. Oh, we got together in June. Yeah, June of what year? Because if you're looking at their Facebook shit a year prior in 2017, either you're studying your mark or you're already with the guy. It could be one of two things. It really could. And I don't think that somebody can just make up their mind in 6 weeks. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill the kids that make my whole, that basically, they're his whole world. So he's going to kill them and kill his wife. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the thing is, NK gets caught twice. First time is when she walks out of the garage. Second time, one of the girls, and it looks like Cece, is trying to run out of the garage. And it's only a split second, but you see NK, it's like a quick move. NK, you see her emerge from the garage, crouch down. You see her go back. And it's real because you see it on Chris. You see her shadow, and it's not Chris's shadow, because Chris is like all the way like on the passenger side door or the back passenger side door. So it's not his shadow. All right. Hello. What? Okay. What? No. Really?
The biggest one they had. Oh, I heard that shit. What's good?
Nothing. I'm making a live.
Making a live?
I'm making a live video. No. We're friends. Love you, bye. Sorry about that. Not, I don't know. I'm apologizing. I guess nobody's watching. But anyways, there's just a lot of shady stuff going on. A lot. And I truly believe that NK is the one intimidating Chris, making it so. I think he was threatened. I truly do. He was threatened into silence. Hey, you open your mouth, I'm gonna hurt this person or this person in your family. I can just, yeah. I mean, he's a people pleaser, so he's not gonna want to open his mouth, even though I think he does. But the other thing is, I don't know how he did it, but I do think he told his parents the truth, the actual truth, because they're not talking. They won't talk about the case. They won't talk about what they know. Now, they were on the other end of the country, so how would they know anything unless Chris told them what happened? And I think the plea deal was made because if there was a trial, people would have to testify, and one person would have to testify was NK. They wanted her out of the spotlight for some reason. Somebody is protecting her. Somebody. Because there's 3 vehicles that leave that morning. 3. And you have to look close. You see the red car go. Then you see Chris pull up. And when he is pulling forward to back into the driveway, mind you, NK was parked behind Chris's truck. When he moved forward, she moved. So she's literally camouflaged by that hated bush in between Nate's and Chris's house. So yeah. 3 people driving. There's 3 people that just left that house. Mind you, we were told by Audrey Briggs there were 4 people. So the other person could have either been in, I'm guessing the other person was in the red car. I truly do. Because NK was at Chris's house cleaning up the best she could. And also probably thinking to herself, you know what, this murder plot backfired. How can I get out of this? Oh, I got it. Pin it all on Chris. Set him up. Screw him over. And she did just that. She's not very... She might be intelligent when it comes to the oil fields, but she's not intelligent when it comes to planning a murder, obviously, because she's not looking at all sides. Like, what can go wrong? Like, what can change? What can happen? All that stuff. They weren't thinking about none of that shit. And I do think that I figured just from the videos that I've watched, because you can't really figure it out by reading the documents and everything like that. I just forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say, but anyways, NK was in there cleaning his house after he left for hours. Like, she was still there at noon. Like, NK's in there, and you got, because NK's in the basement apparently, and then you got Nicole Atkinson knocking on the door, like, what the fuck, man? Like, where's my friend? And you got one of the freaking murderers in there cleaning up. It's sick. It is very, very sick. I I don't know. There was just a lot of shit. Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say. So when Chris gets home that day, after he finally gets home from work, he opens the garage door and he goes past Shanann's car, backs up, opens it, grabs something out of it, drops it, picks it up. He doesn't even shut the car door. He goes right into the house. He don't even let nobody in. And I do believe that it was Shanann's car key. Because remember, their plan backfired. They did have a plan. It was basically for Chris and Shanann to get into this huge fight. And Chris leaves her work. Shanann's all, her blood's boiling probably. So she is going to take kids, go after them to the oil field while there's a leak there. So wouldn't be suspicious if somebody just boom, and then it'd be like, oh my god, I didn't know she was gonna be here, oh my god. Yeah, that was probably the original plan. Plus, it would have made a lot of money, and they were in Shanann and Chris were in serious debt. Now, can I say just by seeing her clothes, purses, coats, shoes, heels. She was definitely she was a label queen. She liked her labels. Oh my gosh, my kids like their labels too. Um, but these labels were nothing like my kids. I mean, my kids like Nike and Under Armour, stuff like that. She was getting Gucci and um what is that? Like I don't know, like all these really expensive bags, and these bags were really expensive. They were not cheap. I can tell you that right now. Along with their shoes, Dolce and Gabbana. That's another brand that she liked. And these are like really, really expensive. Really expensive. So hearing that they were in debt, that they had to file for bankruptcy, everything like that, does not surprise me at all. Nothing like that surprises me. The Thrive, I do believe she was drawn in. It's kind of like, I'm guessing for her, in a sense, like, I'm sure she didn't think of it this way, but it's sort of like an addiction. Like, you get one customer and you achieve your first goal. You got to get your two customers, and they got to do autofill and everything like that, and then you get free product every month. And then it goes up to, well, if you make this much money, and then you can get, paid for vacations and a vehicle, and it goes on and on and on and on. And yeah, she was very highly ranked. I mean, she was in a magazine, her, Chris, and the kids. And of course, the car in the background. they, I don't know if it was the police, it could have been the police, because they were in the basement looking all over. But somebody found a ton of Thrive products, like a ton in the basement, like way too much. And it was just nuts. Like, I don't know, that's the only two things I can really say about her. And I don't even really think it's negative. It's just, I guess different opinions. I guess every parent raises their child differently, or children. I get that. I just think that giving a child, especially young children, like Celeste and Bella, these medications every single night, the nebulizers every night, I can understand. It's just the Tylenol and the Benadryl. I'm not getting. I'm not understanding. Like, I mean, did she do that so she could have her time? I mean, if they're getting 12 hours of sleep at night and then taking a nap during the day, like a couple hours after they wake up, I mean, they're sleeping for probably close to 15 hours a day. So they're probably only up for like 9 hours. So she actually probably has a lot of time to herself. Um, there was a person I forget who said that Shinyan was disconnected from her children. Um, mm, I think she was trying to juggle what was more important, either her business or her children. And I think it was at a point where they were so far under, she thought, well, I can do this. I can keep working, I can keep taking care of the kids, stuff like that. And I really don't think it was a disconnect. I just think that it was very confusing for her, because I'm sure she was very stressed out. Um, I know she was very dedicated to Thrive, promoting it and keeping in touch with her customers and everything like that. Because I mean, she tells you all this. You, you can, you can see what kind of person Shenyang is just by looking at her videos. And whoever is saying that she's like terrible, I don't know what videos they're looking at because I've seen them all. And yeah, there was a couple times where I seen her get a tiny bit frustrated, but it wasn't like mad frustrated. It was just like, oh, the kids are playing around or this or that. It was more stressful tension. And, she got on this stuff because she didn't like who she was becoming. She wasn't smiling or laughing or in a good mood anymore. was basically drained. So she decided to go on this ride, and it started working. I mean, Chris even noticed the difference. And then, she signed Chris up and got him a month's flight. Honestly, I think he liked the Thrive products. I just don't think. I think he was very uncomfortable promoting it. But I mean, there are times where he does talk. He don't talk much, but he does talk a little bit. I mean, in the "Oops, we did it again" video, you can definitely tell that he's. I mean, he's trying to play it off like it's like shock or unbelievable or like, oh my god. It was more like, yeah, I don't want this. That's how it was. And you could see it in his face, even with sunglasses or glasses on. And then he gets all excited. Like, I don't get it. Um, oh, hi, honey. Oh, I, but, yeah, I don't think Shannon's a horrible person. I really don't think Chris is a horrible person. He just got wrapped up with, yes, I'm gonna be blunt. He got wrapped up in the wrong bitch. A crazy one, according to him. According to him, a lot of dark stuff happened at her apartment that he said that he will take to the grave with him. It scares him that much. I mean, she was putting shit in his drink every night. He would be having conversations with her and literally pass out. A couple hours later, wake up, and the conversation would keep going. Like he never fell asleep. Mm, 1 second, you guys. I'm just sign this to my husband. But yeah, I just think I don't know who all is involved in this, but I know for sure. I can guarantee you that there were 3 people that came out of that house that morning. And it was Chris Watts. He was first person, but you didn't notice him walk out because of that 10-second delay on the CCTV footage. But you catch NK walking out. And you see the red car go. So there's 3 people right there, 3 vehicles. Because you had Chris's vehicle, not Shanian's, NK's truck right behind his. And then you had the red car in that gravel, like, it wasn't even a driveway. I don't even know what it was. But there was, like, a wooden fence, so you couldn't, like, see, like, on the other side, like, the house. Whoever, Betty lived on the side of the gate. Not the gate, but fence. And she didn't see the red car, but she saw NK's truck. She didn't know it was NK, but she saw the truck that morning. And she even said, she's like, it was a still gray. Um, it was smaller than Chris's truck, and it was parked right there. And she literally pointed like right behind where Chris would have been parked. And I'm not even gonna bother doing that ring thing for you guys because my husband's the only one on, and he already knows how it works. But I can also guarantee you, through the ring camera at least, you wouldn't have been able to see the vehicles. You wouldn't, because it wouldn't have been recording. And even if it was, I mean, if it was recording, yeah, it would have showed. I don't know. A lot of things are really, really strange. Because now I'm thinking, like, could Shanann had seen NK's truck when she got dropped off from her um, work thing in Arizona? Is that why she was like constantly staring at her phone, like watching the baby monitor things? It's possible. It's very possible because NK was there at the time. Unless NK's truck was parked in the back of the house, because that's possible too. Because Chris's truck was parked out front of the house, the red car was on the side. So NK's truck could have been out back. It's very possible. But I just, there's a lot of other things I don't understand. Like, I understand that, Chris is scared to say anything. But what he needs to realize is these people are dangerous. And if they killed once, they'll do it again. I mean, shit, for all I know, in NK's head or in her group's head, whatever, whoever was involved. So, I mean, she could have been thinking, shit, with or without him saying anything, we can go kill his family now. That's that's a possibility. I mean, just because he's keeping his mouth shut does not mean that she won't retaliate in some way. For somebody to show up to court for an arraignment, no, or maybe it was when he was when he made that deal. One of them, she showed up just to intimidate him into fear. Like, yeah, I'm here to remind you to keep your damn mouth shut, or this is what's going to happen. So, and the thing is, it's weird because this one creator that was talking to him, they were sending emails back and forth. And Chris was trying to basically give hints without giving the truth away. He wants somebody else to figure out the truth. He don't mind giving hints, but he wants somebody else to tell the truth about it, what happened. And truths leak out when he's talking constantly. And I don't think he realizes it because I think he's stuck in he's stuck between a script and reality. I don't know if he was forewarned about the media. I do not think he was prepared because it was probably done last minute. So I'm sure NK, or unless she left him hanging. But I don't know because he was conversating with her literally all the way up until he was arrested. So, and it had to have been a burner phone because I mean, yeah, there was some text on the regular phone, but I think a lot of it was on a burner phone. And I think they got the burner phone specifically for this crime. I don't think those burner phones were meant for any other reason but for this crime. So they could communicate with each other and not get busted. But NK fucked up. Sorry, messed up. Because she turned her phone on at 6 something in the morning of the murders, to call Jim. Of course, Jim. Probably saying, oh, we got a big problem here, Put her here for right now, or something. But the way her body was found in the fetal position, she was strangled, like Chris said, on her back, on the bed. She'd be flat, right? She'd be flat. She would not be in the fetal position. Because once you're dead, other than body muscle spasms, you don't move. So before rigor mortis set in, she had to have been put into some type of trunk. I do not think she was killed on the house. I think she was somehow incapacitated in the house. I don't know from what. Taken out, taken somewhere, killed, left there, and everything else. And I think she was buried on Wednesday. I don't know when on Wednesday, but pretty sure it was Wednesday when they were all buried. So who knows where they were for 2 days? We don't really know time of death for Shanann or Bella and Celeste. And there's creators that have said, I don't think Chris gave her oxycodone or whatever to kill the baby or whatever. He literally said that he gave it to her twice. The first time was when he got to North Carolina. He gave it to her that night. That's why she was so sick. And then The second time was when she was getting ready to leave for Arizona, and he woke up, and I doubt it was to wish her goodbye or give her a kiss or a hug or whatever. He specifically woke up, made her shake, her thrice shake, put oxycodone in it, in the drink. So Shanann's drinking it, everything like that. She starts to get sick again in Arizona. So she's not eating. I mean, luckily there's a nurse. There's a nurse there that's one of her friends that's, a Thrive promoter. And luckily she was there to look after Shanann. But no, I believe she was drugged. You could see it in her eyes. That picture she took, the selfie of her in the car, basically saying, I don't feel good, and showing how awful she looked, you can tell she was drugged. You can tell right in her eyes. Her eyes are pinpointed. And not only that, but why don't people start looking up symptoms of an overdose of oxycodone or oxycontin? Because I did. And all the symptoms she had, every single one is on that for overdose. You don't always have to go to the hospital for an overdose. Usually, and the only reason why I know this is because I've been in the medical field. Usually, most of the time, when you OD, at least on, narcotics, pills, whatever, your body usually reacts and you throw up. That's the first thing. That's the first sign that you're ODing, is when you throw up. And then a whole bunch of other symptoms come. And, she had all those symptoms. And for people to say that she wasn't drugged, it's like, for people in the medical field, I guess we can say, yeah, she really was. And out of everything he could have said, honestly, I mean, why would he bring up an opiate? Mind you, telling you that he gave it to her twice, if it wasn't true. And if you guys remember, she had that neck surgery a year before. They had her on that Oxy 80 or whatever. But she didn't finish it all. And supposedly, it was in a container in the basement. Now, everybody thought, oh, well, he's not saying where he got it, so he must have got it from NK. I don't think that's what it was. I'm not sticking up for NK at all. Oh my god. I honestly think she's one of the most hated people on the planet. I mean, honestly, she She's looking up wedding gowns. I mean, after the murder, she's looking up Amber Fried book deals and all this shit. And she goes in there, and either high 80s or low 90s outside. She goes in wearing not one shirt, but two. She got a zip-up black hoodie thing on that's long sleeve, and she got jeans on. And looking at her like, what the fuck? And I watched these videos for like 2 years, and it took me that long to notice she had two bald spots on her head that weren't there before. The pictures that she took before, like when her hair's all pulled back and everything, you don't see no bald spots. But in that interview, there's two. There's like one here, and it's a big one, and there's like one here. Seriously, go back, since I can't share my screen. Go back and look at it, and you'll see it. I'm not even joking. And I'm also pretty sure that she's the one that killed the kids. Because the only time she gets emotional, or should I say, or maybe is faking being emotional, but it's when she says, they're so little, they're like this big. How do you know their size if you haven't met them? Honestly, how do you know how far they come up to you if you've never met them? She met him alright. She met him the night of the murder. Should I say the morning of the murder? She was keeping him company. When she didn't understand, if she was kind of telling him what happened too. She's like, I just wanted this to kind of be amicable in a sense. Like, that's what I got out of it. And then she was like, I want to teach those girls how to paint flower pots and how to grow flowers and watch something grow that you create, everything like that. And then as they're searching through Shanian's shoe and purse closet, you see a planner about this big, all painted and everything like that. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like even a 4-year-old painted that. But anyways, so that was one thing she threw out there that was like, boom, okay, you basically just said, because she trips herself up all the time. First, she said she was only at the house once. Then she changed it. No, it was twice. So something made her change it. I don't know what, though. But that story about Dieter giving her a tour of the house, but yet didn't give her a tour of the master bedroom. Every other room she went into, except for that one. Yeah, that's bullshit. It really is. She went in that room. Damn straight she did. She knew Shania was pregnant because it was posted on Facebook. And Kay didn't need a Facebook to look at shenanigans at all. I think she purposely deactivated her Facebook. I know Chris did. And used some bullshit story about he needed a break from all the drunk. Something. He needed a break from phone. That's what I want to know. And I think what everyone wants to know is what the hell happened that night or that morning. What happened? Because from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., there's major activity in that basement. Major activity. Now the kids wouldn't have heard it. I mean, that's 2 floors down. They wouldn't have heard. I don't think they would have. Maybe they would have, because they had to have woken up. Unless. See, that's the thing. You don't know. Nobody knows what happened. And the other thing is that whole. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she got snatched up as soon as she got into the house. I mean, I don't know if she like took her slippers off, put her suitcase down, and was getting ready to go upstairs. And then a confrontation started with her and Chris. Lead her down to the basement where the accomplices were, and all hell broke loose. Now, I mean, there's some psychics saying that, murder wasn't on anybody's mind, but there was a jealous person. I'm guessing a jealous person is NK. But, and also the psychic said that about the activity from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So I was like, what the hell are they doing down there? Like, honestly. I mean, was she. I'm sure she was fighting for her life. She's probably thinking, I'm pregnant. I got a baby in me that I have to protect. And I got 2 babies upstairs that I got to protect. So I'm sure she was fighting like a motherfucker. Especially with that Italian in her. Damn. Like, even her dad said that Shanann and her mom, with that Italian, they got that attitude. They can both get hot-headed, everything like that. So I'm sure Shanann was putting up the damn fight. So it don't surprise me that this activity went on for 3 hours. Plus, I don't really know if the attack went on for 3 hours because there was a stain. It wasn't there before, but it was there when the cops showed up. There was obviously script clean. And when the first day they went in there, they didn't say anything about the house smelling like bleach. Nothing. Next day, they're like, the whole house smells like bleach. Okay. Alright. See, the thing is with that, it's very hard because both Chris and Shanann, I think they were both OCD. They clean, and like when they clean, like all the furniture got moved out, like everything got moved out, and the whole room would get cleaned, everything would get put back in its place. Like Shanann would literally like go behind the kids, pick up their toys, put them back. She always wanted. I think they both always wanted a very clean nice house. Like, who wouldn't? Like, you never know when someone's gonna show up. You don't want them showing up to a pigsty. I mean, personally, me, well, when I used to be able to clean, I can't anymore because my health issues too hard. But I mean, I cleaned all the time, but I didn't move no damn furniture. I mean, I don't know how she did it. I don't. Or how he did it, because he did it too. I mean, crap. Like, I do believe NK when she says that, like, if a room hadn't been used for like a week, there's like no dirt on it, it would get cleaned anyway. And like the babysitter who watched the girls Saturday night, well, Chris was out with NK, and I'm sorry, that lazy dog menu excuse I don't buy. Like I said, I know it's a different name, a different restaurant, different style, probably different, yeah, probably different food, but it's no different than McDonald's. That'd be like me saying, "Oh, I don't like food on the south side at McDonald's, so I'm gonna go all the way to the freaking north side across the bridge." That'd be stupid. It makes no sense because both menus are the same. Did anybody think of that? Anybody? Put two and two together. They go to one lazy dog. She's saying that she don't like the menu, so they go to a different lazy dog. Did they think the menu would change? So, anyways, I'm gonna get off here because honestly, this is kind of pointless anymore. I just wanted to share my thoughts. It's gonna be the last time I'm on here, and I'm sure that'll make some of you happy. But like I said, um, in the beginning, people watched me, but now people aren't even watching me, and it's kind of useless. So, like, what's the point of talking about this case if you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of, or seeing what they think about the case, what their opinion is? Like, I see other creators and they're answering comments in chat and talking to people, like answering their questions, everything like that. And then you got me. But you know what? I have more serious stuff going on with me right now. So there's no use in focusing my time on this when I can be focusing on either my kids or my husband or resting or something. But this is just pointless. But I do thank my husband for jumping on and telling me hi and everything. But yeah. I'm done talking about the case. That does not mean that I'm over the case or that I'm just throwing my hands up and saying I give up. I give up on this. I really do. Because, like I said, nobody watches, or no, or should I say, nobody watches while I'm live. I think they all wait until I jump off, and then they watch my video. Probably because they don't want to talk to me, but that's okay. Anyways, bye.